Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know who it is. It's TK the Poet. You already know it, so you ain't gotta quote it. And if I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it. We here with the final review, the final reaction. Okay, so let me go ahead and jump back. If you didn't know, I did a reaction on four poets, and instead of me just giving my full reaction on it, I decided to let's break it down and let's grade them to the standards of Poetry Life Champion tournament style. So, I got five categories. Let me turn this down real quick. Look, I got five categories. I has originality, I got wittiness, I got relatability, I got lyrical ability, and I have performance. So out of those five categories, I will be judging and see who was the best poet out of these four poets. Now, let me reiterate the judging scale. So you have five categories. In these five categories, each category is scaled from one to five. Five being the highest and one is being the lowest. So if I was the judge and the highest judge grade I can possibly give for a round is 25. See, in my poetry tournament there are four judges. And so the highest score that a poet can have in the competition is 100 because each judge has the possibility of scoring a 25. Now, if our judges score fours and or have them 20 each, you have 80 points. So, it's just the smallest amount. The smallest amount can have a big change in who will win or who will lose. So 1 point from each judge, I mean, it's a lot. So, you got to be very precise in your writing, your delivery, your performance, and all that in order to win champion of Portrait Life. But again, let me go ahead and tell you who is the poets that we will be. I don't know why I'm flipping over this, but I'm gonna give you the names of the poets that we recapped it. So we had Matt Capone, you had Dia the Goddess or Dia Goddess, I am Cara J, and we have a spoken word artist. So we those are the four artists that I choose. I randomly choose. I didn't seek them out. I just whatever fell on my desk or wherever I came across. Those are the poets, that I had chosen. So it wasn't no handpicked or I'm gonna put this person against that person. It was nothing like that. So it was just randomly picked poets, and they all had different styles. And we're gonna get into it, but I ain't gonna spare y'all any much longer. We go ahead and get into this and see what these poets got to say. And again, if you've seen the last reaction, y'all know who these poets are. But these are for the people that didn't get a chance to see the last reaction. So this is something new. I'm doing it. I'm gonna be more meticulous with what I got going on for you. But I know y'all tired of hearing me talking. Let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm gonna bring up the first poet. It's going to be Capone. Matt Capone. Here we go.
Philip DePaul. Neck kisses and chest ripping, got my London bridges down and exposing my lady parts like you really know how to make a girl feel beautiful. I be staring at you in your sleep like I could really get used to you. Our conversations be deeper than the scratches in your back and the residue on your cuticles. Like I learned with the love, us, just sounds better. I mean, you like the perfect 72-degree weather when we around each other. I mean, no wonder it's easy to fall for you because you just make sense. I mean, you like the perfect date and the perfect dress at the perfect event. I mean, you jaw dropping. You deserve long walks down the aisle when wedding bells and vows meant just for you. You deserve a safe space to express yourself to someone who loves you and vents you. You deserve spa dates and massages with the black rocks. You're like a scissor song I can never snooze to because you're a fixed broken clock.
Okay. I like that. I like
She
that.
be healing. She be Marvin Gaye when I get that feeling. She be the perfect love poem. You know the one Tupac wrote Jada. She be wheeling. See,
Okay.
I had a conversation with God the other day, and I don't totally agree on the idea of love, but the idea of loving you gotta be God sent because you was what I prayed for.
Talk to
All this
me.
bad energy from my last relationship, you was what I saged for. I mean, sex is cool, but you don't know intimacy until you get prayed on.
Talk.
I heard someone say, talk is cheap. These lips got expensive taste. And my appetite for love ain't subject to change, so as long as the foundation stays the same, the subject won't change. I mean, you've been due for a proposal. Me bending on one knee and you saying I do, and me kissing on you in total. See, I don't know what them other guys should have did, but love, I'm what you supposed to do. See, you deserve infinity smiles of someone holding you, and even though social media doesn't validate real time, a real man that ain't scared to show you off won't post you. See, lately, intimacy been my number one priority.
Okay.
Showering you with affirmations because you didn't get it from the last guy before me. I mean, he might have been lit on the surface, but on the interior, he was boring. He might tell you you're beautiful, but I make you feel beautiful, and that makes the difference on who wakes up next to you in the morning.
Thanks.
See, I learned that holding you from behind and shoulder kisses be the little things that make women so submissive, and making you feel safe and protected and have you smiling while folding clothes and storing dishes. See, dicking you down is cool, but putting you on is totally different, and I don't have a problem in pouring into you as long as you make my soul replenish.
Okay.
She be reciprocation. See, to a nigga that actually get pussy, a woman that makes him wait don't feel like waiting, because real men know the value in finding balance in a relationship that don't take straightening. See, I want that real love, that old school love like Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan, and rather than just trying to catch a vibe with you, I'd rather fall in love with the vibe we creating. I want to be obsessed with you. Poem.
Okay. Let's talk about it. Fire. I gotta say it was fire. And so Matt Capone. Let me start and saying I took notes and I got quotes for this. So my two lines that I like that you said you like a scissor song. You can never snooze. I can never snooze to, because you're like a fixed broken clock. That was fire. I like that. I like a scissor song. I can't snooze to. You're the one I can't snooze to because you're a fixed broken fire. I ain't gonna hold you. That was fire. And in my another line that you had wrote, that you said, she's the perfect love poem. Like Pac wrote to Jada, she be willing. Look, yeah, that was fire. I'm not gonna hold you. See, the perfect love song, like the Pac wrote to Jada, she be willing. Because Jada and Tupac had a thing going on, but she married Will Smith. So even though he wrote her a love song, but she be willing. She was willing to get with Will Smith, that is. But those are my two favorite lines in that poem. So let me get back down to the scoring. Let's score this thing to see what he scored on the Poetry Life Champion poetry scale. So for originality, I gave you a 4. The reason why I gave you a 4 on originality and not 5, it's like like I said, a lot of these poems, I heard their style before, and I love your wordplay and the calmness of it, and that's why I gave it a 4. I gave it a high 4, but it was almost original to, I ain't never heard it before, but the way you performed it, your style and stuff, I gave it a 4. So that is a good, at a 1 through 5, a 4 is awesome. So for the wittiness, I gave it a 3. Now, you was in and out of your wittiness, you was going in and out, and some, you were dragging it along, but when wittiness, you own it, but so like 3 is still not a bad score, 1 out of 5, 3 is still good. So the wittiness is 3. The relatability was a 5, because you was talking to them. Talk to them. So you was talking, so I gave your relatability a 5. Your lyrical ability, I gave it a 4. It was lyrical, but it wasn't just like it was consistent. It wasn't a consistent or lyrical ability. You showed it a little bit. It was flashes every here and there, but like I say, it was great. So the last category is performance. Now I gave you a 4 on the performance. You had a cool, laid back, hands in your pocket type of flow. It um it really wasn't no projection in your voice. It was kind of like a steady pace in your delivery. So your performance, I gave it a 4, and a 4 is still a good high percentage to have. So your total score would have been a 20. So for Matt Capone, your total score for that poem was a 20. And if y'all got any comments, leave your comments below and tell me what y'all think about the poem. And according to my judging scale, y'all write down what y'all would have scored them at originality, wittiness, relatability, lyrical ability, and performance. Those 5 categories. You have 1 through 5. Now, 5 can be the highest and 1 be the lowest. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. Y'all drop your scores and see if I was tripping or not. So we're gonna go back. Let's get back to the next poet, and the next poet is Dear Goddess. Dear Goddess, Adea, Dea Goddess, Dea. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, pardon me. But follow her on Facebook is DAI.GODDESS. You can follow that on TikTok. Follow it on TikTok. That's where I got it from. I got it off of TikTok. So follow DAI.GODDESS. Follow her and show us some support because she's the next poet coming up. So let's go ahead and find her poem real quick while we searching. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay, this is the one. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I didn't want to miss our poem. I should have had these time steps. So next time I'm gonna have these time steps so we can better have this thing running smoothly. So the next poet is Dea Goddess. Or Dea Goddess, Day Goddess. Sorry if I mispronounce it. We're gonna have to chop it up. I will be inboxing you, and so you can come up here, and if you think I rated you wrong, hey, well, let's talk about it. But here's the poem. Let's get into it.
Hey.
Let's go.
Now listen. This here is for the grown and sexy, okay? So if you are younger than 18, then go ahead and move over to the left. All right.
I like
But
your
besides
energy.
all of that, I got a new piece for y'all. You ready?
New
This
shit.
piece is called
Let's go.
Fuck Me Until I Forget.
Okay. Let's talk.
Let's get into it. Good morning, baby. Fuck me until I forget the night before. Fuck me until I forget what happened. Fuck me so good until my brain triggers my heart and I start relapsing. Fuck me until my legs get the shaking and my body gets the cracking. What's cracking?
Okay.
You go back in, blow my back in. No lacking, yeah, you packing. And while you at it, start to smack and get a good grip on this ass, and I mean a handful. I'm so full off your big ego, it's too big, it's too tough, I ain't letting up. Keep fucking me until I tell you it's too much. I like it rough. I love the way you arouse my body. You love the way I feel when you inside me. You coming yet? I sure hope not. Don't get my body upset. I'm wet. Come go down on this water slide, your favorite ride at this amusement park. The one that can still ride after the park closes when it gets dark. You stroke left and it reaches around the right corners, almost reaching the border. Slow up, baby. I know I'm the actress, but damn, you quite the performer.
Okay.
Let's get this show in order. Back-to-back rounds of never getting tired. My favorite employee, that's why you're hired. The best one to ever screw it. I mean, the best one to ever do it. I mean, I'm the best one who ever blew it. Now I
Okay.
got your toes curling. Biting your bottom lip, you feel my grip. I can tell you ready to empty the clip. Shit, I said don't quit.
Hmm.
I'm talking, I want to see how well your tongue writes in cursive. Lick, 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 like you pleasure P. Ooh, keep pleasuring me. Open up these gates so wide, I push out your legacy. Get
Hmm.
me? I'm
Okay.
sorry I can't offer you a quickie, but I can give you some bite marks, some scratches, and some hickeys. You
We
get
don't do
me? Baby,
hookies.
just flip me. Don't rip me.
Hmm.
Let me feel your shower. I'll be damned if you fuck me like ghosts, cause this pussy give you all the power.
Hmm.
Don't let that rah-rah fool you. I'm a delicate flower. We go for
Hmm.
hours and hours. Look me in my left eye while you eating this chili. I love the way we role play within these four walls. I call you P. Willie.
Hmm.
I'm just being silly. Come again? You said you were about to lose control of the ship. Well, it's a good thing that we the only two passengers. Now grab a hold to my hips. I'm finna control this bitch.
Hmm.
And we sweating this shit. Let me wipe your face. Let me hold your hands. I'm about to squeeze real tight so I know you'll understand. Remember when I told you I'll tell you when it's too much?
Hmm.
Breathing harder and harder. The next breath is harder to find. Baby, I'm getting close to the top. The feeling is getting overwhelming. No, don't stop.
Hmm.
Our bodies drop as we exit our climax in deep thought. As we lay next to each other as the deed has been done. Let me give you a ticket to tonight's show because this morning was fun. Y'all,
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I
Okay. Let's get to it. Let's break it down. Hey, that Miss Goddess, that was fire. I like how you was in your pockets and how visual you are with it because that poem was like I can see. You put me in that room, in your bedroom and stuff like that. I visualized it. So you did a great job explaining and putting great detail into it. So Miss Goddess, that was fire. And here's a couple lines that I look. I'm gonna keep it $1 with you, man. It's not too many lines that I can repeat because it's kind of paused. You was kind of going in. I can't. There's a lot of bars that I like. It was fire, but I can't say that. It's pause. Look, but here's a couple of bars that I did. Like you the best one who blew it. That was kind of like a double entendre with me. You the best one ever blew it. You the best one ever blew it. Like uh nigga, you not with that person no more. Or, you fucked up. You blew the opportunity. You the best one that blew it. You the best one that blew it, and you the best one to look. I kind of like it. It was fire. And the second one is there's a couple of them in there. So the second one that I like is you said when you open these lips wide, I'll push out your legacy. Open these lips wide and I'll push out your legacy. That was fire. It was kind of paused, but hey, that was fire. It was a fire line. Then the next one that you had is look me in my left eye while you eat this chili, while you eat this cat like chili. Fire. Look me in my left eye, and while you eating this cat like chili. Now, I kind of like it. I'm not gonna hold you. I kind of like it, but let's break that down. There's so much you could have went with that line. You could have did the whole scheme of left eye, chili, and T-bars, but you left out T-bars. So you have to fit that schema. If you're talking about left eye in Chile, talking about T-Boss, TLC, you should have tied that TLC Tender Love and Care. You could have tied that into your poem and stretched it a little bit and made it a more like of a scheme because you were scheming with the left eye in Chile, but you left out T-Boss, TLC. Don't chase waterfalls. There's a lot of direction you could have went with that. So and like I said, it was a fire bar. But I just felt like it wasn't finished, wasn't complete. The scheme wasn't finished. But let's get down to the judging and what I scored you for this round. So for originality, I gave you a 4. I On the cool, I should have gave it a 3. I'm not gonna hold you, but I gave it a 4. And the reason why I say I should have gave it a 3 because it's a style that a lot of women use. That's a style that a lot of women go to. And even though I like the way how you delivered it and how you put it, it was a little bit different. But some of the little phrases you was using, like okay, you that's a copy and paste. But other than that, no, I gave you 4, and 4 is still a good grade. So wittiness, I gave it a 4. He was kind of witty on that. I ain't gonna hold you. I like how you was skimming, like I said, that left eye and chili, pushing out your legacy, best one who blew it. Those were fire. Those fire lines. The wittiness was in there. So the relatability, relatability, I gave it a 5 because who can relate to doing a do? You know what I'm saying? Everybody can relate by doing a do, unless the ones that can't get no cook do. They can't relate. But so I kind of related to that. So I gave it a 5 in relatability. Now, lyrical ability, I gave it a 4. It wasn't really. It was lyrical, but you could have got it. It wasn't consecutively. It wasn't consistently. Better word to use. It wasn't consistent. I'm fumbling over words, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But in the performance, I gave it a 2. Now, the reason why I gave you a 2 on performance because and I do give you credit because you said you just wrote this and you were reading it off your phone and stuff like that, and that's what I had to take away a little bit on the performance because I mean even though you delivered it well, but just for the whole the vibe and stuff like that, it could have been better. You could have did it in a whole bit of light. But I appreciate the poem. But in that performance part, I gave you a 2. So your total score at all the categories was a 19. But it's still good. And if this was my first round of Portrait Life, you with a 19, you would have made it to the second round. So you wouldn't have held your head low on that because that's still a kind of good grade. 19 is still a good grade. So our next poet we're gonna bring up, and also like I said, you can follow her on TikTok. Her TikTok is DII. You know what? Hold on. Let me go and do this real quick. Hold on. No, I don't need to do that. Hold on. Let's exit out of here. So let me do this real quick. I'm gonna create a banner with her Twitter, well TikTok. Uh, TikTok, okay. And I want to give her just the justice that she deserves because I don't want to mess up anybody that want to follow her to figure out who she is. So I'm gonna put her TikTok handle down here, and y'all just go and follow her when you can. Let me see. Okay, add the banner. There you go. There you go. So that's where you can find her on right there. Um Her TikTok. Go support her. We all about support here. We got to support each other, and especially as poets, we got to do what to do. So that was her poem. So let's find out who's the next poem. Let's go ahead and get into this. So take that one off. Okay, so let's see who's the next one. And if y'all like, man, please like, subscribe, all that, man. Hey, we trying to build. We trying to get to at least a million subscribers, man. This is a new platform that I'm bringing to y'all. The reaction vibes, and we gonna get some good reaction. And plus, we gonna keep it $1 here. If you poo cheddar, you poo cheddar. We gonna keep it $1. So let's see our next poet is. Okay, I think this is her right here. Let's see. Let's get this to work. Okay. Let's see if this one is it right here. And again, hey, appreciate y'all staying consistent with me. People that been watching, like I said, we're growing and we learning in the process. And thank y'all for being with the growth and with the movement. Let's see if this poem.
No, my exes could agree. I sent a lot of blame their way, but a lot of it was me. Woe is me. I'm heartbroken again. Man, I feel like that topic's done. No way. It could be all these niggas. Maybe I'm the toxic one. I admit.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I don't think that was the one per se. Let's get to it. We're going to get to it.
Shit, sometimes I tell only half the situation. Painting a story in my favor. I'm a master of manipulation. Y'all be working on my mental and emotional healing.
Okay, we're gonna get it right. Hold on. We're gonna get it right. And the poet that we have right now is I am Kiara J. Kiara J. I am Kiara J. We're gonna get this right.
Man, I feel like that topic's done. No way. It could be all these niggas. Maybe I'm the toxic one.
Okay. Let's rewind a couple bit. Okay, here we go.
So I'm walking down 95th.
We're gonna get to it. Pardon us, but we will get to it.
So there's one thing in common on my exes could agree.
Let's go.
I sent a lot of blame their way, but a lot of it was me. Woe is me. I'm heartbroken again. Man, I feel like that topic's done. No way. It could be all these niggas. Maybe I'm the toxic one. I admit, I play a lot of games like being passive aggressive over text, pretending to pour my heart out to niggas and just be using them for sex. I admit, I'm full of shit sometimes. I tell only half the situation. Painting a story in my favor. I'm a master of manipulation. Y'all be working on my mental and emotional healing. On Twitter posting fuck these niggas when I'm really the villain.
Okay.
Attachment issues like crazy. I'm always trying to work it out because I be crying over niggas I don't give a fuck about. All they timelines overlap. I juggled every single one. I never want to settle down because I be having too much fun. Y'all be having men invested sending I love yous my way. Everybody wants to cuff, but I never even stay. I'm always pushing them away. And then I get them back just to boost my self-esteem. Because once they fall in love, that's when it's time to cut them clean because I don't know what commitment mean. I just be trying to live my life and I can't think of much worse things than being someone's wife. I never get my heart invested, but I'll sure up on the show. Say I'm looking for love so I can get some head and then I go. I try to keep it casual. But that doesn't always work and I've transformed into a nigga after years of being hurt, yeah. Submission was my first language. I used to be the softest flower. But every time I let my guard down, another nigga took my power. Every time I tried to love them, they left me with nothing but hate. They robbed me of my softness and put some hardship on my plate. So if you see me treating men like shit, they ain't no need to reprimand me. You ain't got to agree with my moves in order for you to understand me. Just understand when you were kitten, them wolves gonna see you as a feast. So I unleashed my inner lion and transformed into a beast, yeah. I used to want love. Fuck it. Maybe I still do. But what's the point in giving men love when the men you love gonna hurt you too? Yes, love itself is a risk. That's something that we all know. But as soon as you start to like a nigga, that's when them red flags start to glow. And I never reap what I sow from giving men my heart. So if I'm gonna end up hurting anyway, I might as well just play a part. I'm not sitting at home crying no more because a man won't treat me right if he play in my face in the morning. I'll have a new nigga by that night. Fuck y'all thought. We wasn't gonna adapt and play this game to win. Niggas kept moving like bitches, so we started moving like men. The balance of power is all off, I know. It's a lot we all need to rethink. I'll step back into my gender role, but you're going to have to go first. Think, yeah, I'm toxic. I know I ain't shit no more. This ain't the first time that I heard it. But I ain't never do no nigga bad that ain't wholeheartedly deserve it. If I violated you, you earned it. And I say it with my chest. You only get me at my worst after taking advantage of my best. So am I toxic or we toxic, nigga? I'm your woman. I'm a reflection of you. If you don't like the shit I'm on, then maybe change the shit you do. Let's level up the playing field to see how you like it when your feelings tired. Now you the one sending me paragraphs. Sorry, baby, my phone died. I got you. I got you. I got you posting quotes and writing poetry. You burning sage and seeking healing. All come and give me a kiss. That karma got you in your feelings. Y'all be so loud when bashing women, telling everyone you hate her, but conveniently skip over the fact that it was your bullshit that made us, so now we toxic. The whole dating pool. Nobody wants to give they all, passing out pain back and forth. We playing trauma volleyball. Y'all hurt us, then we'll hurt y'all. We not understanding the assignment, and the cycle going to continue until we all get in alignment. He's so toxic. She's so toxic. One keeps saying it's the other. If we don't fix our toxic bonds, then our dynamic won't recover. We keep talking about who's toxic when love was meant to be pure. But if hurting each other was our poison, then maybe forgiveness is the cure. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go. That was fire. Miss I am Kiara J. Hey, fire poem. Man, there's so many stuff that I can get into. But I like it how you started off your poem, and like you was kind of bashing men in the process, of when you beginning, it was like you kind of a little hard on the men, but then you kind of brought it all together at the end when you saying, love, we both supposed to be the love is the ultimate goal. We supposed to love each other. And it's kind of like, and you was right in a couple points of your poem. And let me go over a couple of bars first that you had in there that I completely love. The first one was when you're a king, the wolves is going to look at you as a feast. That's when your eye unlock my inner lion and transform into a beast. You said if you a king, the wolves going to see you as a feast. So she unleashed her inner lion and transformed into a beast. So that line was so fire because women want good men. And she says she see a good man out there that's suitable to what she wants. She said she said she already told you y'all kings, y'all good men are like beasts, to these wolves out here. So instead of turning to a wolf, like she said, I'm gonna release the inner lion in me and transform into a beast. Because the lion is the beast of the hey, that was fire. And people don't understand like how much thought goes into making a fire line, because that had so much into it. Like look, I could have dissected that 20 different ways. That line was fire. So let me get back to the second line that I like. When she said, when y'all niggas start acting like bitches, so we started moving like men. I shouldn't have said they started acting like itches or witches. And so, we started moving like men. And I'm not going to lie, that was a good point that you made, because a lot of these men out here are moving like women or acting like women. And that's what makes our women be in these masculine roles where they had no choice to step into a man role, because you're not even acting like a man. You ain't acting like a straight female. So that's why a lot of what she was saying in this poem was hitting home to a lot of points, because a lot of y'all men out there are not men, and y'all forcing y'all women to be men. Then y'all want to say, "Oh, one woman's so aggressive. She so this, she so that." Man, look, stop being a female and be a man, and she will have to be in a role. But the third line that I like is she said, "I'm a reflection of you. If you don't like what I'm on, then you just need to change something about you or change what you do." Look, he's not lying. Our women are a reflection of us. And if we don't like what our women do, it's upon us to change that. And I mean, if you're a husband, you're supposed to control your house, and the control is not a bad word. Some people just make it a bad word. Control is not a bad word. Everything needs structured in your life. So if you don't like how your woman is moving, what she doing, maybe you need to change up what you do and how you approach certain things in order to change your woman. Because at the end of the day, if your life is out of order, your wife is gonna be out of order, because she's just a reflection of who you are. So like I said, man, that was fire. I'm not gonna hold you. I enjoyed that poem from start to finish. uh the fiery in her voice, the crowd control. First of all, let's talk about crowd control. She had great crowd control. She knew how to slow it down, speed it up. She knew how to stop and pause, let it simmer, let it meditate. She had great crowd control, and that was a great performance. So let me get into these 5 categories. So the first category is originality. The originality, I gave her a 5. I gave her a 5. It was fire. It was fire. Her originality was a 5. There's nothing that I can take from it. It was super original. 3, the wittiness, I gave it a 3. You was going in and out, but it wasn't consistent. It was good, but the wittiness was on a 3 because some of it was just okay. I ain't really gotta think that hard. It was cool, whatever. But I like poems that make me think like, oh, that was fire. So I gave it a 3. Relatability, I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. It was fire. It was everything that you need in a poem. I related to it. When she was talking about the men part, when she was talking about the female part, whatever, uh, it was fire. So the lyrical ability, I gave it a 4. It wasn't that lyrical. It was basically you just talking to them. And so I wouldn't classify that as being lyrical, but you did display some of your lyrical ability in there. So I did give you a 4 on that. So then performance, I gave it a 5. Nobody can doubt that performance. I cannot give that performance a 4. I cannot give that performance a 3, not a 2, not a 1. I had to give it a 5. That was a 5-star performance. How she controlled her pace of her poem, how she had them involved. She was fire. She went up there and killed it. So her total score at everything was a 22. It was a 22. So shout out to I am Kiara J. Follow her on TikTok and support the poets. So our next poet that we're gonna get into, let me see. Let me find the poet real quick. And again, that was I am Kiara J. Go follow her, support, and do all that. So our next poet is a spoken word artist. So let's try to find him real quick. Okay, there he is right there. Let's get to the beginning. Okay. Okay, here we go. So move it back a couple seconds. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start it from here. And like I said, this next poem is a spoken word artist. A spoken word artist. I'm gonna put his name up there for y'all can follow him on TikTok as well. But pay attention, stay tuned, tune in, open up your ears, and listen to some dope poet. And this next poet is a poet, a spoken poet artist. Sorry for fumbling the name, but let's get into it.
So I'm walking down 95th or whatever, finna catch the bus.
I used to look out for peoples. Nowadays, I gotta look out for people. My spirit higher. There's no stop, drop, roll, and hellfire. I mind my business, so therefore I'm business minded. No lie. Normal kids was practicing their lullabies when I was practicing my alibis. Metaphorically summoned, poems strong enough for a man, but they made for a woman. I write about the stuff I go through, while rappers rap about the stuff they don't do. I'm so insightful. I got a dark cloud over my pen because it's so enlightening. Orgasmic shaking, my flow hot. It's passcode. It needs authorization. When you're homeless, dinner be packed. When you're homeless, dinner be packed at a corner store, so you eat late. And whoever slept on bitches wish they was your roommates. I used to fear hurdles. Now I jump over them. Are you listening? I'm speaking to your soul. I'm spirit whispering. Why students give teachers the blues? Maybe because they took in prayer out of school. Contrary to the popular belief, I chill though, but I got got friends that know death around the corner, and they still go. I'm out of my mind. I'm beside myself. These times will scare you. Children learn about sex through trial and error. I got loyalty issues. Can't even trust myself. Soon as I sin, I call on God and start telling on myself. And just because you cast a shadow, don't mean you found yourself.
Go.
I want to go back to being a Toys R Us kid. For real, for real. Because these bills are getting for real, for real. I'm so easily distracted. I should do better. I'll start writing this poem on the suicide letter. Dirty South, Galveston, they ain't listening.
Go.
We had dirty water before Flint, Michigan. My mama say, I used to look out for people.
Hold on. That was a shorty. But that was fire. And that was a spoken word artist. That was fire. Let's hit it one more time because that was a shorty. Let's hear it one more time.
Nowadays, I gotta look out for people. My spirit higher. There's no stop, drop, roll, and hellfire. I mind my business, so therefore I'm business minded. No lie. Normal kids was practicing their lullabies when I was practicing my alibis. Metaphorically summoned, poems strong enough for a man, but they made for a woman. I write about the stuff I go through, while rappers rap about the stuff they don't do. I'm so insightful. I got a dark cloud over my pen because it's so enlightening. Orgasmic shaking, my flow hot. It's passcode. It needs authorization. When you're homeless, dinner be packed at a corner store, so you eat late. And whoever slept on bitches wish they was your roommates. I used to fear hurdles. Now I jump over them. Are you listening? I'm speaking to your soul. I'm spirit whispering. Why students give teachers the blues? Maybe because they took in prayer out of school. Contrary to the popular belief, I chill though, but I got friends that know death around the corner, and they still go. I'm out of my mind. I'm beside myself. These times will scare you. Children learn about sex through trial and error. I got loyalty issues. Can't even trust myself. Soon as I sin, I call on God and start telling on myself. And just because you cast a shadow, don't mean you found yourself. I want to go back to being a Toys R Us kid. For real, for real. Because these bills are getting for real, for real. I'm so easily distracted. I should do better. I'll start writing this poem on the suicide letter. South, Galveston, they ain't listening. We had dirty water before Flint, Michigan. My mama say,
fire. Talk to him. Look, I'm not going to hold you. That was fire. A spoken word artist. Let me say this. That was fire. Ain't too much bad I can say about that poem. Every line was fire. Every line. And see, a lot of poets, they use a lot of filler, or they use a lot of build-up to get to their point. But when you fire every line, like that's a different type of level of writing. When you have to when every word count for something. Every word that he spoke counted for something, meant for something. So let me get into some of the lines that I like. We're going to get into this. So, poem strong enough for a man, but it's made for a woman. I like that. I have a dark cloud over my pen. It's enlightening. Look, my flow is passcode. It need authorization. My flow is passcode. I need authorization. When you talking, you talking. Who told you to write like that? You are writing. Then another one that I like, my partner knew death was around the corner and they still go. They knew death was around the corner. And they so with it, they still go. Look, I ain't gonna lie. That you should have played more into that. That still go. I will flow. A steel dough. Nigga, you can get metal to your foot like a steel toe. Look, that was just freestyle. I ain't gonna lie. Metal to your foot like a steel. That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. Look, but hey, you can take that. Those are free bars. But my last one that I like was, I think this was the bar of the whole poem. I think this was the line of the whole poem. He said, I got loyalty issues. I can't even trust myself. Soon as I sin, I call on God and tell on my. What are we doing? What are we doing? Lines like that. Lines like that. What are you talking about? I got loyalty issues. I can't even trust myself. As soon as I sin, I call on God and I tell on myself. Fire. Look, I'm not gonna wait. Let's go ahead and get into the judging scale. So originality, I gave you a 5. Wittiness, I gave you a 5. Relatability, I gave you a 5. Lyrical ability, I gave you a 5. And performance, I gave you a 4. I gave you a 4 in performance. I know what y'all probably thinking, like, why you gave him a 4? That was, he was fire. Okay, so the reason why I gave him a 4 on his performance, it was a lot of times where he could have slowed it down, let stuff simmer. That line about, I got loyalty issues. I can't even trust myself. Soon as I sin, I call on God and I tell on myself. But you kind of sped right through that. You gotta let some of these hot lines simmer. Let them meditate on it. Because some of your lines that you had in there, they slept on because you sped right past them. You had every line that was fire. Every line that was fire. But you got to slow it down. I know you're passionate about it, and I love that. I love that passion. But you're gonna have to slow that down. You slow it down a little bit. And I'm guarantee you it's gonna be fire. But so the total amount that you got from the score is a 24. 24. It's almost perfect. It's almost 5 across the boards. And so to say to y'all, to everybody that's watching, I'm gonna thank y'all for watching. But so our winner today of the 4 poets that I brought up that I randomly chose is a spoken word artist with the highest score of 24. Now let me recap the other scores for everybody that must just tune it in or whatever. So the first poet was Matt Capone, and his total score was a 20. Dia Goddess, her total score was 19. And I Am Kiara J, her total score was 22. And like I said, a spoken word artist, his total score was 24. So he is the champion of today round. So I will be finding him and putting him in another four poet little tournament, if you want to call it whatever. But I will put him against 4 other randoms and see how it prevail in the next round. So we will see how a spoken word artist going in this little mini, tournament, whatever you want to call it. But shout out to all the poets that y'all knowingly or unknowingly was in this little bout. But shout out to all the poets. Y'all do great work. Continue to do your work. Continue to be fire. Continue to do what you do on the stage, or continue to write. That's one thing I can tell you. Always continue to write. Don't give up on your writing. So again, look, I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. I like to keep this thing under an hour. At least try to keep it under 30 minutes. But we closer to that hour mark. And again, shout out to all the poets. This is TK the Poet. You already know it, so you ain't gotta quote it. If I spoke to you, already know what that means. Yeah, I wrote. Hey, before we get up out of here, champion of poetry life. Let me adjust my mic real quick. Pause if necessary. Champion of poetry life is going down in the summer of 2025. Yes, in the summer of 2025. It's going to be online. It's going to be everywhere. We're going to have poets. We're going to have judges. We're going to have sponsors. We're going to have all that. We're going to have the excitement. We're going to have the energy. And we're going to have the words for sure. So, until then, stay tuned in. And also subscribe. Hold on. Let me get this right, real quick. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Black Room Media, Facebook, TK the Poet, X, TK the Poet, and on TikTok, TK the Port 3.0. We turning up. We ain't going back. So, stay tuned for the dope reaction vibes. This is a new segment that I'm going to bring to Black Room Media. It's reaction vibes. And I'm going to have different people doing reaction vibes. It's just not going to be me. So, tune in and follow and continue to follow, the movement, the platform. And we're going to bring more poet to you. And this is strictly on Porch Life. You're not going to get this anywhere else, only on Porch Life. And if you're part of Porch Life, man, shout out to y'all, salute to y'all. And I'm doing this just for the Porch Life family. You won't catch this on YouTube. You won't catch this on TikTok. You won't catch this on X. Not the full video. Now, I might do shorts to get people into the group. But far as the full video, you only can catch these reactions, these Porch reactions on Porch Life. So tune in, and y'all know the vibes, and y'all already know what it is. And again, it's TK the Poet. Y'all already know, so you ain't got to quote it. If I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it. Plus, I'm too fire. Like the drill burn inside of my hip, yeah, the too fire. Nah, I can flip that. I'm too fire. Like a lighter in a match. Yeah, that's too fire. We out.
Get the money with you or with your not. Get the broken with the pot. Your corn, I invest up in the stock. Let everybody went straight up to the top. Don't care like me or like me not. See the op spin the block. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. Grave your bill, yeah, I see the plot. Grave your bill, yeah, I see the plot. Ain't gon' stop till see them all drop. See the op spin the block. Don't care like me or like me not. Let everybody went straight up to the top. George Corn, I invest up in the stock. Get the fucking with